Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we're gonna go over what it was in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, before we do, folks, want to remind everyone, we here are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you're listening to this in audio form, all you got to do is go in the description tab, click the link. If you're watching this on video form, scan that QR code that's up on screen. Wait, make sure that QR code stays up during the entire show. And it will take you to WWE Shop. You go on there and buy whatever your heart desires, whether it is a $5 item or a $500 item. And you get that, have it come to you, enjoy your items, all glorious days as they are. We here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission for your purchase, which in turn helps us improve the show for you. With that said, now we are going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Well, it started out with Cody coming into the building and then Nick Aldis coming up to him. Whoa, listen, Cody. I hate to break this to you, but you're out of the tag match that was scheduled for tonight. Cody then looking, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm out? Well, orders on high, you're not in it tonight. Well, this doesn't make sense. You advertised this match. Why are you pulling me out of it? Listen, Cody, this is out of my hands. This is coming from up high. If you smell what I'm cooking. These are orders coming from the final boss. And he wants to see you in the ring later tonight. We fast forward to that moment when The Rock comes out, and yes, The Rock got a huge pop. It was a you can make the argument it's a Pavlovian response because it's The Rock, this, that, and the other. No matter what, at the end of the day, The Rock is The Rock, and he's going to get major reactions whatever he does. You know? And he comes out, first and foremost, he officially announces WrestleMania next year, WrestleMania 2026, will be in New Orleans, Louisiana, again, for the third time. And let me say this about that, to anyone that's complaining about New Orleans hosting WrestleMania 3 times within 15 years, within about 15 or so years, I want you to stop and think about this for a minute. Let's rewind the clock back to the overly saturated PG era, like when you have Muppets running the show. How many times was SummerSlam done in the Staples Center? I ask you, look up on how many times it was, and then I want you to also keep in mind during that time the internet was active, and people were active online talking about what they liked and what they did not like. So it wasn't like it was ever hidden. But I want you to do that and tell me, where was the controversy? Where was the uproar? Where was the, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this? I want that. If you can find that, you show it to me. Please, because if not, I will say this to all those that are complaining about New Orleans hosting it again for the third time within X amount of time. Shut up and enjoy the damn show. You don't like it? Here's a far-fetched idea. See that nifty little gimmick in your hand called a remote? Pick it up. Change the channel. There is no one pointing a gun to your head telling you have to watch this or eat a bullet for a sandwich. It's that simple. You can change the channel if you don't like it that much. Otherwise, just like the song says, shut up and sit down. With that said, after Rock officially announced that, he then called Cody out to the ring, confronts him, congratulates him for the hell of a year he's been having, and then just looks at him and says, listen, I want you to think about this for a minute because I can give you everything your heart desires. Everything you want, everything your wife wants, everything you want to give your daughter. And all you have to do is just let me have what I want. And I want that right there. Pointing at Cody, and Cody then just glaring over, looking at his title like, this? He's like, I don't want your title. I want your soul. Which, ooh. Outside of the Mortal Kombat references of, your soul is mine. My big takeaway from that was Rock saying he wants Cody to be his corporate champion. So Cody, right off bat, naturally declines respectfully. And then Rock says, I don't want an answer right now. Excuse me. I don't want an answer right now. I want you to have some time and think about this. I'll see you at Elimination Chamber. Till then. And then just leaves it at that. So, my big takeaway from that is we're seeing Cody Rhodes get the Anakin Skywalker build, like in Star Wars, where Anakin Skywalker was built to be the chosen one, the one that was supposed to bring balance, restore order, be the hero of the people. Sound familiar? Kind of like Cody? Only to then have his heart crushed, his hopes and dreams shattered and scattered across the stars, to then becoming Darth Vader. So it looks like we're getting to that point. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh man, I'd just like to see Cody be a heel. Well, one, give a legitimate, logical way on how you can make that happen without just it being flimsy POS kind of schmaz way. And secondly, before you go to do that, think about this for a minute. How much money are you leaving on the table if you do that? Because yes, at the end of the day, this is the wrestling business is a business. So you're going to have to think dollars and cents. How much t-shirt money are you going to lose? How much fan appearance money are you going to lose from like meet and greets? How many people are you going to see? How many kids are no longer going to want Cody for Make-A-Wish or things like that because of it? There's a lot of logistics to put into before you go to pull the trigger to go and make the Golden Boy go and become a bad guy. I'm just saying. So, now that we're done all that, the other highlights from SmackDown, Drew McIntyre had a match against Jimmy Uso, and good match. Jimmy wound up getting the win doing a schoolboy. Afterwards, Drew went into pissed off Scotsman mode and just went complete berserk on him, beat the living piss out of Jimmy, and then, yeah, after he got done beating the tar out of him, exit stage left. I am really liking what they're doing with McIntyre. I really am. We also had The Miz and Carmelo Hayes going against R-Truth and L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. And on a side note, contributor of the Main Event Wrestling Network, as well as a guest on Vicious Chats this week. Make sure you check it out. The Great Brown Hope pointed out he made the reference of calling L.A. Knight Louisiana Knight long before R-Truth did, but when he did it, he was vilified. But when R-Truth does it, he gets cheered and applauded. Where is the justice? Where, I ask you, where? Aside from that, Miz and Hayes wound up getting the win in that match. My big takeaway from that was the look on Hayes' face like, alright, yeah, Yeah, okay, cool. Kind of like that. Tiffany Stratton had a match against Candice LeRae. Tiff got the win. Afterwards, Nia and Candice went to go do a beatdown. Trish went to go and do a save, but then they wound up out. Yeah, easy for me to say. They took Trish down, and then it ended with Nia doing an Annihilator on top of Tiff and Trish. So, yeah. Then we had DIY defending the tag titles against, yes boys, Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly wound up getting the win via a DQ, so the tag titles do not change hands. Afterwards, there was a schmaz with Machine Guns coming out also, so we're going to get a triple threat between DIY, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Pretty Deadly. Just a matter of when, not if. And then the show, and then SmackDown ended with Damian Priest and Braun Strowman going against Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, and I'm liking the little in-house family fighting, the family butting heads between Solo and Jacob, and it's true what they say. Nobody fights like family. Being somebody who grew up in a very, very large family where we all fought with each other tooth and nail over quite literally anything, whether on how long it would take paint to dry or on if it was pronounced Celtics or Celtics. You know, yeah, we will fight. Family will fight over anything. They'll fight, no problem. And nobody fights like family. So I'm all for this. They're building up to a match between Jacob and Solo. I don't see it happening at Mania. I mean, it could. I don't see it at this point. I see this as something maybe that they'll do at the Paris show. That's just me, though, and throwing it out there into the universe, seeing if it'll happen. But Priest and Strowman, they wound up getting the win when Priest wound up doing the South of Heaven. I believe it was on Solo, if memory best serves. He got the 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, that is it for the SmackDown section of the show. So let's get into this week's show. Raw in Cincinnati. It starts out with the walking douche nozzle, Logan Paul. Yeah. He comes out, goes very heel 101. Oh, it's Ohio, yeah. I came in, saw dark, grim, gray, bleak, you know, sad and depressing. And I said to my pilot, hey, let's beat feet and get out of here. Ugh. You know, just ugh. Then out comes Clarence Montgomery Punk, and then he confronts him talking about on how, listen, kid, you don't get this. You think you're a 1 in a million you think you're a 1 in a million star, you're not. What you are is just a dime a dozen attraction. Just because you can do a handful of moves, you're young, dumb, and think you know more than the guys that came before you, you are it. You are the next big thing. You're not. Now you want to go and say that I'm one of the old guys like Stone Cold, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you know what? I may be. But you know what that also means? That means I've been here and I made a legacy. What's that say about you? And keep in mind I'm paraphrasing all this, but Paul then wound up saying to him, you know, I didn't need to come here. My name was already infamous enough as it was. A self-made man, blah, blah, blah. You just, ugh. I get why WWE signed the deal working with him. I do. I really do. It made sense, business-wise, to bring in outside eyeballs. It really did. I don't like it, personally, but again, it's a matter of, from a business aspect, business brings in strange bedfellows. And, well, yeah, that's what happens. So, you're going to bring in people you may not personally like, but hey, if they can bring in 20, and I'm pulling arbitrary numbers out the air now, but if they can bring in an extra 5 million viewers, can you really argue with the results? Because let's just spitball here, out of those 5 million viewers, how many do you think are going to wind up spending money on your product? And then factor in how many others are going to just go and talk about it, make it modern day digital water cooler talk, you know? But, excuse me, moving forward, afterwards, Punk wound up looking at him and basically pulling out a line from Rorschach from The Watchmen saying, you don't get it. Come Saturday, I'm not locked in the cage with you. You are locked in a cage with me. And then they had the epic stare down, and then Paul, whack, slaps Punk, and then beats feet and gets the hell out of Dodge. Walking away. Heel 101. It was good heat, but again, I personally do not like the guy. You know? Just, ugh. So anyways, let's get to our first match of the night. Ludwig Kaiser going against Pete Dunne, going against Penta. So, really good opener. You know, this was a good opener for the show. Penta wound up leading at the start, and pretty much throughout the entire match, pretty much throughout the whole match, the whole damn match was pretty much just the Penta show. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because the way that they're building him, man, they are making him out to be a mega star. And I know a lot of people, some people have said he's going to be like the next Rey Mysterio. I don't want him to be the next Rey Mysterio. I personally don't. You know what I want? I want him to be the first Penta. That's what I want. I want him to be the first Penta. I want somebody 15, 20, 30 years down the road coming in, looking and saying, I'm taking stuff from Penta's book and using it. That's what I want. Now, as far as the match went, when it came to an end, Penta, he had Pete Dunne set up for the driver. As he was hooking him for it, Ludwig Kaiser came in, threw Penta out the ring, scooped up Dunne, and then hit him with, excuse me, and then hit him with, I don't know on how to describe this DDT other than it looked like it was a packaged one, because it looked like he compressed Dunne and then boom, did a DDT and dropped him. So I'm just calling it like a little packet. I'm calling it a packaged DDT, and then got the win. So Ludwig Kaiser got the win. Kudos to him. Next up, we had the New Day going against the L.W.O, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wilde. And beforehand, New Day, they were going out, shooting their shit, talking smack and all. And then next thing you know, L.W.O came out. They had a little bit of a skirmish before the bell. And then the match proceeded. Del Toro wound up becoming the punching bag. And yeah, Del Toro was the punching bag for a good bit. Then Wilde got the hot tag in. Started going good. It was a good match, and it was a really nice pace. I really liked it, and I'm a tag team guy. If you know me well enough, you know I like good tag team wrestling. And yeah, this is definitely up there for really good tag matches. And it came to an end when Kofi, he went and threw Del Toro he threw Cruz del Toro into Joaquin Wilde, and then scooped up scooped up Wilde, and then tagged him Woods, went up, boom, hit the midnight hour for the 1, 2, 3. And afterwards, Dragon Lee tried to come in to go and save from a post-match beatdown, and then wound up getting put on the ass end of an ass kicking as well. Next up, we had Gunther doing a squash match. He came out. It was to just go and show how dominant he is with building up for the match at Mania with him and Jay. He said, "I'm here to issue an open challenge to an opponent of my choosing to show you all exactly what I mean. Akira Tozawa, come on down." And then Tozawa comes on down. Then when Tozawa's in the ring, Gunther looks at him. "Now, Tozawa, the reason why I chose you, it's because as I was coming in the building, you, along with those two goofs that you associate with, were doing a little TikTok dance. So, I'm here to enforce to get rid of all this squabbling little entertainment BS." You know, Gunther is saying, basically, I don't know on how else to describe it except like this. He's going in there doing what he wishes Jim Cornette would. "God damn, motherfucker. Don't do this motherfucking entertaining bullshit. Need some real fucking wrestling." So, yeah. And then it was what it was. Gunther versus Akira Tozawa. How do you think that match would go? Gunther got the win via a sleeper. After he let go, Otis went to go check on him. And then he proceeded to go after Otis. Choked him out with a sleeper also. And then that was it. After that, you saw Jay go and check on Tozawa in the medical room. As he was leaving, Theory and Waller were talking smack to him. He super kicks Waller, so we're probably going to get a match next week. Next up, we got women's action. Dakota Kai going against Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And good open. Kai, she was leading into the commercial break. Really good, solid match work. These two girls have got some serious freaking chemistry. You know, I really hope we see these two go and square up again at WrestleMania for the title. I don't care who's wearing it. I just want Lyra and Dakota going one-on-one for it again. Excuse me. I'm all for it. Sign me up. Match came to an end with Lyra getting the win, hitting a Nightwing. After the match, Ivy Nile came in and beat the living tar out of Lyra. Pretty much shooting her shot, doing that to declare she wants a fair shake at the Intercontinental Championship as well. Next up, we had Dominik versus Bron Breakker. Good, solid action with some decent back and forth for a little bit, but it ended in a DQ when Finn and Carlito came out to run interference to go and stop Bron from splitting Dom in half with a spear. Unfortunately, that did not work out for them because Bron proceeded to go and put Carlito and Dominik on the ass end of an ass kicking. And then, just as Finn was about to sneak up on him with a chair, just whoom, turned around real quick, slammed his hands on the ground, right on top of the chair, while Finn's holding it, and just, it looked like two mean pit bulls staring at each other like, oh. And then you just see Finn get that evil grin of his, and then just back away. Yeah, you know that's going to be good. Excuse me. So now we come to main event match of the night. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez going against Naomi and Bianca Belair for their coveted Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, fight before the bell with Liv and Raquel leading into the commercial break. Solid big fight feel throughout the match. I dug it. There was a good, good... Trying to think the right way to say this. I really dug the action. I thought it was good. And it was good for closing out the show. That match came to an end when Naomi went to go and do the split-legged moonsault. She got up. She did the leg split, and then as her legs were there, Raquel, whoop, grabbed the one ankle, and then grabbed Naomi's head, and then wham! Slammed it into the ring post to knock her down. And then Liv, half past dead, just not nonchalant, rolls her shoulder over. 1, 2, 3. And then, so your winners and new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And kudos to them. Liv's now a 3-time tag champion. And she's walking into the Elimination Chamber this Saturday with the women's tag title. So, yeah, kudos on that. Now, with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So, like all normal, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. If you're listening to this on audio form, leave us a 5-star review if you feel we earned it. Share the audio platform. We are trying to build that up. That is still a new platform, folks. Thank you to LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Don't forget to check out whatamaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel like what I'm wearing right here. We got t-shirts, tanks, long sleeves, women tees, toddler tees, and baby onesies. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt to give to Goodwill so you can hold on to your stuff. Don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats on Twitter as well. DSB_IV main event _net, the main event wrestling network Twitter account. Sergeant Curry Pants Food Camp Thursday, and D Dryer 1986. Folks, like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me.
Shut up and sit down.
Fuck you.